It's game 4 of a 6-game homestand from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We're live from Karras Park, where the 9-6 Souris Valley Sabre Dogs take on the 5-9 Sioux Falls Sunfish. Hello, Sunfish fans. David Coyer bringing you all the action for tonight's matchup on the Sioux Falls Sunfish Radio Network, and fingers crossed, we hope the live stream stays up today. Thank you for tuning in for this edition of Sunfish Baseball. It's game 2 of 3 against the Sabre Dogs. The Sunfish etched one out again last night, winning back-to-back games of this homestand. 5-1 over the Sabre Dogs, holding the most successful, most efficient offense in the Expedition League to just 1 run. And they also are one of the top teams in stolen bases. They were number 1. Now they're tied for 1 with the Sunfish after getting 0 swiped bases last night. The Sunfish defense doing it well behind their pitching, and Andrew Garcia was on fire for his second straight appearance. He went 5 2/3 innings last night, allowed just 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. And the only earned run of the game, the only run of the game, was off of a long home run from Ethan Moore. Can the Sunfish repeat it again tonight, hold them to 1 or less runs? We'll see, as first pitch is about to get underway from Karras Park. On the mound tonight for the Sunfish is Griffin Hassel. For those of you who remember, Hassel made his Sunfish debut on Saturday against the Pierre Trappers just a week ago in Pierre. He went 4 innings of no-hit baseball before allowing 2 hits in the 5th inning, and one of them was an RBI double. First pitch is low, and we are underway. 6:34 first pitch, just a minute early again. It's a beautiful day in Sioux Falls. It's been nice and hot today as a curveball hits the outside corner. The count's now at 1-1. 87 degrees and sunny. A beautiful day for baseball from Sioux Falls. The 1-1. Breaking ball misses inside, rolls away from Declan Beers, and Caden Schwabe is ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Schwabe went 1 for 3 last night. He's followed by the same 3 as he was last night. Alan Greer, Bo Brewer, and Dalton Bowling, the 2-3-4 hitters. Curveball right down the middle is not called a strike, and Hassel puts it bat of Schwabe. This now his 14th game. He has now gotten a hit in 13 of 14. This Sabre Dog offense, they're able to poke the ball anywhere they please in the outfield. But Sunfish pitching held them to just 6 hits yesterday. Runner goes. Grounder to the left side. That's going to get through. Jonathan Brandon at second. Schwabe round second, heads to third. The throw in from left is going to be cut off by Jonathan Brandon. And back-to-back singles puts runners on the corners. And this is a totally different start to yesterday's ball game. Alan Greer had gone 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, and he leads off the game with a first pitch swing to the left side past the glove of Jonathan Brandon. Avery Melman and Reese Anderson, who are both appearing for the first time since earlier this week, are the 8 and 9 hitters, as Bo Brewer, the best hitter in the Expedition League. Greer goes to second. Throw down from Beers. That's going to be high. No tag from JT Mix. Runners on second and third. The Sabre Dogs take back their lead in the stolen base category. That's their 50th of the season, and it belongs to Alan Greer. A 1-0 pitch from Hassel to Brewer, drilled into left center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. And it gets away from Burrows. He can't play it off the bounce. 2 runs are going to score. The throw into second, no one was covering, but Jesus Licone catches it off the bounce. And there's no outs, and Bo Brewer just hit a 2 RBI double. A very different start to yesterday's game. The Sabre Dogs take an early 2-0 lead after a quick, unofficial 3-up, 3-down inning, as Schwabe had led off yesterday's first inning with a hit before being doubled up to end the inning. So Hassel, who started his first appearance for the Sunfish with a no-hitter through 4, has allowed 3 hits and 2 runs to the first 3 batters. A breaking ball misses low and away, stopped by Beers. Mitch Stroh, Blake Burrows, and Gannon Thompson from left to right in the outfield. Dane Frazier, Jonathan Brandon at third and short. JT Mix, Jesus Licone at second and first. Declan Beers behind the plate. The Sunfish wearing their all whites with the black trim down the leg. The pitch misses low, gets away from Beers. Runner goes, the throw down to third. A beautiful tag. He's safe. Beers was to the right of home plate by about, I say on a diagonal, maybe 3 feet. He fired it down low to Dane Frazier at third, and I think Frazier tagged the back leg of Bo Brewer, who swipes the second bag of this inning for the Sunfish. And the third run of today's game is just 90 feet away. Now, just in the top of the first, he's already allowed 3 hits and 3 runs. Slider misses high for ball 1. Hassel shaking his head. He's definitely frustrated with this strike zone. He's been throwing some nice pitches. Another slider now called a strike, and fans, I'm going to be honest, it's going to be one of those games, as that slider was below the knees and in the left-handed batter's box, but he called it a strike. The 1-1. Curveball misses inside. It's now 2-1. And that hits him. The payoff pitch hit Moore, and now with just 1 out, Ethan Moore is on first, and Taylor Justice steps up. This may be a short outing for Griffin Hassel, who in just 5 batters faced has allowed 2 singles, a double, and a walk, with a sac fly that scored the 3rd run. First pitch, a fastball. Hits for a strike. Taylor Justice, who made his Sabre Dogs debut last night in a pinch hitting attempt in the top of the 9th inning. From San Jose State University, runner goes. Beers can't pick that one out of the dirt. It rolls away. After not swiping a base last night, the Sabre Dogs have now stolen 3. And with just 1 out, there is now another runner in scoring position, and this is the aggressiveness and the hot bats that we talked about last night, but we're not able to see as Sunfish pitching and defense got the best of Souris Valley. The 1-1. Fastball outside, hits the corner. It's now 1-2 to Justice. And Beers stared up at the press box. Since Wednesday, in the 11-8 victory over the Big Sticks, he went 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. Hassel could use a strikeout right about now, as a curveball hits for a strike. A very delayed strike call, and I think it took Melman by surprise. He's quickly down 0-2. Network fans, our live stream on YouTube. Again, we're just having some technical difficulties. Hopefully, we can get those working. So we appreciate you joining us on Mixler tonight. Start of the season. Fastball hits the outside corner to Blake Burrows for a strike. It's now 1-1. Brett's a righty. Blake Burrows a lefty. We haven't seen Burrows in the lineup since Thursday in the win against the Pier Trappers, the first of the back-to-back wins. Bunt shown again down the third base line. A nice bunt coming in as Moore. His only play at first. It gets Blake Burrows. So the sack bunt advances JT Mix to second base. And who says small ball can't work? I love seeing a good bunt, and Blake Burrows has been trying it a lot. He hasn't been able to lay one down, and that was a strong one down the third base line. If he takes a bit off of that, he might even be able to run it out. Burrows, the lefty, quick out of the box. He was even close to running that one out, and just hands JT Mix. And the Sunfish still trail by 4 after a very Eventful first inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. It's 4-0 after 1. A early pitching change for the Sunfish after Griffin Hassel is only able to make it through 1. After going 5 innings of just 1-run baseball last Saturday, a week later, he just goes 1 inning of 5 hits and 4 runs. For Souris Valley. Curveball inside. It's now 3-0 to Bowling. Five hits in the first inning. 2 so far in this one. It's just the top of the second here from Sioux Falls. The 3-0 got Bowling swinging, and he popped that one behind the netting. That's going to drift all the way foul. These Sabre Dogs, I think, a little upset after last night's 5-1 loss, as Bowling, I guess, got the green light on the 3-0. Lassier checks over at first, and now the 3-1. Lined over the head of JT Mix into right center field. That's going to roll for a base hit. Brewer rounding second, and here comes Bowling all the way into second for the no-out, 1 RBI double. Greer trotted in from third. Brewer headed all the way over to third, and Bowling now with an RBI double on the day, matching his teammate Brewer. And with no outs, it's a 6-0 ball game with runners on second and third. It was interesting seeing last night whether or not the Sunfish would be able to compete with these Sabre Dogs, and going up 5-1, it showed, hey, maybe Superman isn't invincible after all. A swinging miss by Ethan Moore puts him behind. No balls, 1 strike. Lassier, with no runners on, there's no pressure now, as he's taking his time. The 1-1. Chopper off of home plate and rolls to the backstop. It's now 1-2. Another foul ball brought to you by Keg Chicken. Order it, eat it, crave it. A 9-run lead in the second inning with no outs for Taylor Justice. The 1-2. Low and away, ball 2. This is the most runs that the Sunfish have given up this early on. The record before was 7 runs through 1 inning, and now it's, 9 through 2. A foul bounces in the dirt, but then off the mask of Declan Beers into the netting. We'll take a look back at that game with the 7-run first inning against the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. Flipping back through my scorebook to get the correct game. Actually, I stand corrected as a ball is hit straight up the middle for a base hit. 6 batters have stepped up in this inning, and no one has yet been retired. 5 hits. 5 consecutive hits, as Caden Schwabe, the only one in this inning who did not record a hit. He was hit by a pitch. So the 6th straight batter has reached, as Jaden Schaefer, who's singled back in the first, takes a pitch high and away for ball 1. In that June 1st matchup against Wheat City, the Sunfish allowed 7 runs in the first and 3 in the second for a total of 10. Right now it's 4 in the first, 5 in the second for the Sabre Dogs, as the pitch is fouled out of play by Schaefer. Schaefer from Murray State College extended his hitting streak to 5 today with that knock in the first inning. Swung on, out of play again. 10 hits in today's ball game. 5 in the first inning and 5 so far in this second. Once again, the only runner not getting on by a hit was the leadoff man, Caden Schwabe. This is Jaden Schaefer at the plate. The 1-2 to Schaefer. Slow pitch outside, 80 miles an hour on the radar gun. It's now 2-2. Schwabe had a full count against Lassier, and Lassier drilled him. The 2-2 now to Schaefer. Swung on, left field, backing up is Stroh, and he makes the grab for out number 1. So the streak ends at 6 straight for the Sabre Dogs, as Jayden Schaefer is the first retired of this second inning. Avery Melman, who was the second retired in that long first inning. Mix and Brandon at double play depth at second and short. Chopper to Brandon. Gloves it. Over to Mix at second. Mix fires to first. It's not going to be in time, so just the 6-4 fielder's choice. A slow transition from Brandon to Mix, and Mix's throw, it was just a bit off target, but if it had been right on target, I think it still would have been just a little late. 2 away now. Just his 5th game today, he takes a fastball low. He went 1 for 3 yesterday with a run, a double. He drove in an RBI with that double, takes a fastball 90 miles an hour high. Had a strikeout and had a stolen base. The 2-0 to Frazier. Chopper high over to third base, and then coming up is Moore. He can't get it. He pulled his head up. He was expecting the bounce on the second bounce into his glove. And Frazier reaches with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. We'll see if they'll give that one an error. It was a tough play. And they're calling it an error. I'll give them that one. Nope, never mind. They're calling it a single. Wait, never mind. The team in 7 stolen bases. Right behind him is Benito Garcia. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. 89 miles an hour from the hand of Bratzett. And Bratzett this season hasn't been making long outings. His longest in his first was June 4th, and that was 3 innings. We'll see if he can make it past 2 as a fastball. Mix, who before this inning had the lone hit of the game, and now there's been back-to-back 2-out singles. Thompson with a strong secondary lead at second base. A 90-mile-an-hour fastball hits at the knees to Mix for strike 1. Forte not with the ability to swipe a bag as Thompson stands in front of him. Thompson does not have a stolen base this season. There he goes. He'll see if he can. And Bo Brewer steps up. I made the mistake of questioning him yesterday, and he shut me up real quick, went 3 for 4 with a double, and he's already Has 2 RBIs with a double today and a single in his last at-bat. Takes the first pitch, skyrockets it to first. Lecone trotting in just a little bit, drifting into foul territory, still able to make the grab for out number 2. A little reverse psychology there. You got to praise them, and then they fly out. It seems to work anytime I say anything. Not going to try it again because that time it just doesn't work. Dalton Bowling steps up. He doubled in his last appearance and ended up scoring. Back on the Sioux Falls Sunfish Radio Network, I'm David Coyer. It's a 9-1 ball game in favor of the Sabre Dogs. Ethan Moore, who had his 3-run bomb back in the second inning, takes a breaking ball just a bit outside for ball 1. I believe we are back live on the Sunfish live stream on YouTube as a curveball gets Moore swinging for strike 1. We apologize again for the technical difficulties. Every time before the game, we get it up. It seems to be working, and then about 5 minutes before game time, it decides, nah, I don't want to work. Ooh, a curveball inside fools Ethan Moore. He swings and misses on that one for strike 2. Moore 1 for 1 with that home run. He walked and scored in the first inning. Swings at a curveball in the dirt. That gets away from Beers. He steps up, fires to first to Lecone. Completes the strikeout on the drop third strike. Good recovery from Beers as that rolled far to his left. And Moore was booking it out of the batter's box. And he goes down swinging. Taylor Justice, 2 for 2 with 2 singles after making his Sabre Dogs debut last night.